Y'all, at one point, I was spending almost $600 a month in grocery shopping for a family of 3. Now my goal is to be anywhere around $275 to $325, so saving $300 a month in groceries is the goal. Let me tell you how we're doing it.
When I think about his grace, his freedom, something like a woman prays. I'm grateful for the loving that you gave.
Hey friend, I'm Crystal McLean, financial coach, fractional CFO, and your go-to for real talk on ministry, marriage, money, and motivation. So I was spending quite a bit of money as a family of 3. It's me, my husband, and my daughter. Traditionally, our bill was like around, sometimes I wasn't even tracking it, which was even worse, okay? Don't take advice from me when it comes to that. Baby, Anyway, I was not tracking it as much as I should have, but the reality was I was also over, if I would set up a budget to say this amount, I was like pretty much over calculating it because I was basing it off of like our past eating habits and the things that we had spent money on previously, and that was kind of what the receipts and the bills were then. And so I got to a point where on my whole weight loss fitness journey that I got more intentional about the shopping cart, okay? Because not only was the shopping cart a part of my fitness journey, it was a part of my financial journey, right? And so my goal was, I know I can only eat certain things in order to stay in alignment with the plan that I have set. My husband is also trying to lose weight, so I want to make sure that he and my daughter just eat whatever we eat. She really ain't picky. Thank God for that, okay? And so I really wanted to make sure that the cart reflected where we were in that season, right? Not just financially, but physically. And so one of the biggest things that I did notice that was in previous years' carts was a lot of sweets, a lot of breads, a lot of carbs, right? A lot of things that really was just to make us happy when we ate food, but it really wasn't to make us happy, okay? It was just that like, that food dance type stuff. You know, you got some cookies, some chips and all of that. And so I didn't realize how that was causing our money to leak because we were spending money on things that really was not beneficial for us. So that was one of the first things when it came to shopping. Now, one of my favorite places, they did not sponsor this video yet, but Aldi's. If you got an Aldi's in your area, Aldi's. Okay, because I would go there and I would already, again, shopping list. Before I leave the house, I typically try to do a shopping list because it allows me to do an audit of like, what do I need? And it also gives me time to plan out my meals. I do think the times that I was not planning out my meals, I was not successful. When I say, like, when I would walk in there like, oh, I should cook tacos next week. And they pork chops is on sale. Maybe I'll cook pork chops. I would just buy stuff. But having a strategy like, no, this day I'm cooking turkey tacos, all right? This day I'm going to make, whatever, right? Salmon and potato. I actually not only had a shopping plan, but it was a shopping plan that was designed based on the menu or the meal plan that I had built, right? And so that even helped me be more intentional because if it didn't come with the meal plan, wasn't a part of the meal plan, which I also included like the high protein snacks and stuff like that, like Greek yogurts and all of that. If it was not in there, I was not getting it. It was not on the list, okay? Still to this day, I still follow that same principle. And if it's not on the list, I'm not getting it. So I literally will make a list before I go into a store. And that does help me stay in alignment to my plan. One of the other things is that making sure that I got intentional about when I did shop. So one of the things I've learned on this journey is that going in between the aisles versus the outer corridor, in between the aisles is, the less natural food, right? The food that has probably a lot of things that's inserted in it or, a lot of different unhealthy things in it. So me being able to go around the exterior was really a big focus with like the veggies and the fruits and the all the things on the outside. Y'all know, okay? Those were the things that I leaned more into versus just staying in the middle aisles. Again, a lot of my list with the meats and all of the things literally was built around the outer corridor, which meant that there was more natural things that we were eating versus just things that like cereal and stuff like that that is high in everything, okay? But the intentionality literally changed once I got intentional about what I put in my body. So when I got intentional about like what I'm giving my body access to and all of that, that's when things began to shift drastically. And not only, like I said, for physically, it was for financially. Like my money started to shift when I got intentional about what we were eating. That cart, okay? I'm talking about money being saved on a regular. Okay, so if you're like, my grocery bill is this high or whatever, maybe think about when was the last time I sat down and made a food plan? You know how back in the day they used to do meal plans? Like, we're gonna have spaghetti on Monday, we're gonna have, tacos on Tuesday, we're gonna have, like, literally, there was a meal plan back in the day. Today it's just kind of like whatever I feel like. And so that's not intentional. That is actually pretty impulsive. And that was me in the past season. And so the moment I got very intentional is when my cart got intentional, okay? Also, I was really intentional about being the protein, like really making sure that there was a strong protein plan, because having the meat, the yogurt, the cottage cheese, the all the things that was building in more protein helped me stay fuller longer. So I didn't have to cook a lot of food. I just had to eat the right food, right? And so that really did help me feel nourished, more energy, less tired, and less hungry. And I also need to mention this. I should have mentioned it in some of my other videos, but I really should mention that every night I had a 9:30 cutoff window because of intermittent fasting. So 9:30 is it. That's it. And so that keeps me from snacking on a regular. That keeps me from just doing stuff or whatever, or just late in the midnight hour, just getting up. No, after 9:30, just like my kitchen is closed, my body is closed. Okay. And that not only helped me stay consistent, but disciplined. And it helped my body be able to clean itself out at night. And can I add that your girl went to sleep? I slept better when my body had time to recover. Y'all, I know I'm not a scientist, but all I'm telling you is it works. They've been telling us this for years. I don't know why I just got the revelation, but when I got it, okay? I had some of the best, I'm talking about knocked out sleep possible because my body had time to, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this may be a little extra, but I will suffer from, like, my stomach will be toe up, all right, pretty much every night. And I would have to roll over, lay on my stomach, all of that. And I didn't recognize it had something to do with the fact that I would be eating past 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, late meals, right? So my body is trying to digest while I'm trying to sleep. And so because my body is up digesting, I'm not asleep, right? I'm tossing and turning. Best sleep ever once I really got that under control. So intermittent fasting has been powerful for me. But the same way that I tell my clients as a financial coach, I tell my clients that oftentimes, I would look at their bank statement, and my goal is to then find where the money is leaking, like find where the money is going out almost subconsciously. A lot of times it's through subscriptions and kind of impulsive spending and things like that. But the same way I would tell my clients to look at their bank statement for leaking money, I literally want you to start to look at your grocery cart for leaking money, because I want you to begin to ask yourself, where in this grocery cart is my health leaking out? I had to pause. It was a dramatic pause, but I had to pause. Where in this grocery cart is my health leaking out? What's in here that does not align with the vision of health that I see for my next? Okay. So the skill is identical. Financial, look at the bank statements. Physical, fitness, body look at my cart to see how my health is leaking out. But the discipline is the same. Okay, it takes that. If you're disciplined over here, take that discipline and carry it over here. So I really want to make sure you are aware of this. Your grocery cart is a budget. Your grocery cart is a budget. And if you do not have a plan before you walk in, if you do not have a plan before you walk in that store, you will overspend every time. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. If you do not have a plan before you walk in that store, you will overspend your money every time on money and on calories. Who said that? If you do not create a plan before you walk in that store, you're going to spend money. You're going to overspend on money and overspend on calories. Anyway, I hope something in this video really resonated with you. If there was anything that resonated with you, let me know in the comments, even if it was a statement said, or if you are on this journey or you're about to get on this journey and you want us to just rally around, make sure you like, share, and subscribe while we are continuing to talk about this journey, because we want to make sure that you are sharing this with people that need it the most. If you are on this journey and you are trying to save money as you are trying to save calories, you're trying to get out of that, you trying to get out of that mindset, right? I want you to just comment numbers below and just let us know that you saw this video and that you are on this journey so that we can wrap our arms around you and give you the support that you need on this journey. I hope this helps. I'll see you guys the next time.
When I think about His grace, His freedom, something like a woman prays.